Right, test 1, 2. Mm. All right. Uh, doing a little bit of troubleshooting here. So, okay, so all right, you got the Nasdaq. It is 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and we are down for the evening. We are down. All right, I'm gonna swap over and take a look at the. This is the ES. So on the daily ES, you can see today. Zoom in a little bit. Today it was a big down day. Let's see. I think this is the. See what moving average I got in here. This is the 50. So this is a 21, 50, and this is the 200 EMA. So we got down pretty close to the 50 EMA. Let's see. So, I am setting something up to where I'm going to do a challenge, and this is a 250K challenge that I'm going to try and pass with Apex using the. Let's see, this uses R Trader. Yeah, we're using R Trader. Sometimes I use Rhythmic. In other words, I'll use Rhythmic, but sometimes I also use um, uh, Take Profit, because Take Profit it is a one-time fee. It's like $90 if you do the no fee 40, and you do the I forget which account it is, but it's like $90. But then you don't have to buy into the paid account once you pass. So I've been practicing on this. Um, well, not practicing, but I've been using the Apex accounts just because they have 90% off sale. And right now, you can see that my account, and I'll try to hide it, but right now, I this is a 250K account. I took it down, and so now you're gonna have a benefit from this if you follow along. I took this thing down $884. So the threshold is 24,350. I believe that's 6,500. So the drawdown is 6,500 with a 250K account. So you can see the liquidation values here, 243. So anyway, I did it. I was just messing around with this earlier, and I did take one trade, but I wanted to start fresh. So anyway, we can act like this is just at 250,000, but realistically, it's down $884 just off one trade. So obviously, trying to pass combine, you're gonna, try and um, take a little bit more aggressive bets. And I'm using 5 contracts. And what I have is I typically do a 10-point stop, so 40 ticks. Um, and I'm using two stochastics. So the one stochastic is 1060, the other one is 93, and then I just have a cumulative delta going down at the bottom here. And then in the chart we've got the 50, or sorry, that's the 200 moving average. This is a 21, and that is the 50, I believe. Let me just make sure, because I switched a few things up here. Some of the colors may be off. So the 21 is green and 50 is blue. So yeah. So 21 is green, 50 is blue. This darker one up here, that's the VWAP. And that's all the indicators that I'm going to use on this. And then I do have the low and the high value set up. So Um, Let me show you right here. It's just a standard Ninja Trader. This is where is it? Current day, yeah, open, high, low. So those are set. Prior day, open, high, low. Current day, open, high, low. Some of these can go, but I'm on the 1 minute time frame. This is the Nasdaq, and just using 1 minute candles. So I'm just going to do the challenge. So what I like to do typically is um, this stochastic moves a lot faster. The 9-3 moves a lot faster than this 1060. So typically, whenever I hit down below 20 on the lower side, and this thing starts to pop up, generally I'm going to take that long, try to get 10 points out of it. We don't always have to get 10 points, but that's what I'm going for. That's what my stop and profit are set at. So we're going to do a challenge, and we're going to try and see if we can break this $15,000 profit is what you have to get. So we'll follow along. I'm actually trying to look my account up, and I can't find it on YouTube. So it says I'm live. Looks like I'm live, but I don't see it on my phone. All right, so we came up. Right now we're in the lower section. So this is actually a good place to short because we're up at the 50. So I just missed this. But if I put a sell here, I would be looking to get filled. We're at 20, so it would have to come down to 10 in order for us to make the 40 ticks. What I like to do is I follow the 1060 just to see what direction things are generally going in. You can see that there's kind of a downturn right here. But whenever it does get down here, and if it stays down in this section, typically if your 9-3 pops up into 80 or really close to 80, it's gonna probably pull back down. So what I'm going to do is take this off because I doubt I get filled up here at this 21-day moving average. This is the 21, the blue is the 50, and the red is the 200. So let's take a look at this. Overall, again, this is 1 minute chart. I mean, in the evening time, this thing doesn't run that much. And whenever it does, if it's moving at all, it tends to just stay directional. Um, at least that's my experience. So let's take a look and let's see if we get filled here and if it goes all the way up. Again, VWAP, it is definitely an attraction point. Um, so we're filled here at all five. So let's just see what happens. Again, I'm going off of this 1060 as it's kind of falling off. So let's see, let's just put a line here. You can see that it's kind of, kind of coming down in a little bit of a downtrend. When this thing goes up, and if, typically if you see both of these down here, then you would expect to have a little bit of a pop, which is what happened here. And there's actually a little bit of a divergence here as this thing came down below the 20. But we've been down below the 20 for I don't know, a good 10 minutes now. So let's just see if this thing can fall anymore and bounce off of the 50 or sorry, the 21, or we'll take a chance a little bit above the 50 and the 200. Um, and if not, we'll get stopped out, and that's that. So again, I'm aiming at this is day one with a $250,000 combine. So the profit target is $15,000, and the stop loss is 6,500, or the trailing drawdown is 6,500. I haven't done, I used to do this a little bit, and I haven't done it in a while, but I'm trying to get chat set up. So you just have to hang out with me if you feel like it. Otherwise, this is just kind of an initial setup. So let's see what happens here. So we're pumping up, probably going to get stopped out. That would be 300 and probably close to $600 stop out. But let's see. We popped above this lower region of the stochastic, the 20. I'm hoping this falls down and just keeps going lower. It's just kind of stair stepping down. But that's what Nasdaq does, right? It just finds the places to take you out. It literally hunts for places to take you out. So let's draw a trend line here. Let's see if this thing extends all the way out here. Yeah, it's kind of a decent trend line, but my stop's right there. So I should have really tried to got filled up here. But I did set, let's see, we're at 1926, so it's about 5, 6 points, 7 points. So with 5 contracts, that's going to be close to 1,000, close to $1,000 stop out. Sorry, 7, 800. Yeah, it's going to pop up there. I did, I did pull it in a little bit. Um, this is it's not 10 points where I typically put it. I was just trying to save a few ticks, so we're at 7 points. 7 points, and the target's 10. So we're gonna see if this. So it was kind of a stupid trade. Again, I'm just trying to fiddle around with this. I'm using this Prism Live. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped. Okay. All right. So I am down. See my account here, $1,565. So it looks like it's gonna chase after that VWAP up there. So we broke that. We broke this trend line. Let's see what happens, because um, literally this 9.3 is getting pretty high up. Hello. Okay, well it's running. So I'm gonna it's running towards that VWAP. Buyers kind of stepping in here. This actually would have been a pretty good place to long because we were both under the 9.3 and under this 1060. And there was a little bit of divergence here. So this came down, but I kind of took a chance hoping it was going to bounce off one of these. Again, the green is the 21, the blue is 50, and the red is 200. So it's running up now. Oh, jeez. I do not want to do that. Come on, you fucker. All right, well, this thing's running. If this thing passes up above the 80, I'm gonna get short. Passes above the 80, we're gonna hopefully maybe bounce off the VWAP, which we're only a couple of points away. And we got a little bit of a downturn divergence. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get short on this and see how this thing plays out. May have jumped the gun. Again, this is 5 contracts. I'm going for 10 points. Buyers are definitely in control at this point. Well, they've been hitting it. A little bit of a divergence. Hopefully, this 9-3 stochastic will just start coming down. We'll just tank out or probably come down and hit the 21 EMA. So I may end up moving that up just to grab whatever I can. But let's just see. I'll leave it there. All right, this is kind of a good sign. We've got sellers, and you can see down here, Delta is kind of um, adding up. So we're in 600. So we're starting to sell. Hopefully it just pushes down, but I'm going to be pretty quick about this. Uh, Hopefully they keep selling it down. I'm definitely going to go to a profit of some kind here, but I'm probably going to get stopped out, hopefully. Or not hopefully, but I'm going to make something off of this trade. I just want this. All right, I put it there. I just want this 9.3 to come down a little bit further. And that should get us filled somewhere around here. So maybe I'll put my target right above this 21 EMA. This is a pretty basic trade. I mean, it hit VWAP and it's coming back down. But you know how this kind of shakes you out. But I do want to take in some profits. Gonna shake me out. But both stochastics are above 80 at this point, so it should have some kind of reversal here. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna again put it right above that 21 EMA. Hopefully it pops down here and just takes us out. But I've had two big losses today just because I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of practicing trying to get this live stream up just to see how it goes. But I'm starting this new. It's a new account. It's a rhythmic through Apex. It's 250K account, and I'm already down. What was it? 1,500. I'm trading five. I'm trading a larger size, just to get through combine. Drawdown is 6,500. Profits 15,000. So I'm trading with much bigger size. All right. Well, we're gonna get stopped out here, but we do have a little bit of profit. Maybe $100. Yeah. Okay. But this is it was a good trade if it was, let's see, we got in right around, it was further down here. 337, 331, so it'd have been a good 5 pointer, which is probably what we should have done just because in evening time things do move slower. But it is moving, so that's good. So if this comes back up here and our 9.3 stochastic doesn't, and we've got a little bit of divergence coming here, I may try and get short again because we are all the way up in an overbought area. And the trend has been down. We're down 42 points. So let's see if it tries to do a little fake out and we'll try to get short up here. Nope. got up here. It got up to the 38.75. And sorry, I don't know what's going on with the comments or the chat room, but it's not working for me. This is just another reason. I'm just gonna change this down to one contract, and while I fool around with some of these settings, let's just see if we can get another pop up here. I think we missed it though. Yeah, we get filled, great. If not, it is what it is. Yeah, you can see this 9.3 stochastic is coming down. That's going to hit this. Um, in that situation, if this stochastic, this 1060 stays above the 80 mark and stays there for several minutes, then typically that might be a good place to go long. When this thing gets down and it's kind of oversold. So the 1060 is just a little more of an indicator of the direction. So if it stays up here, the market tends to follow it and go up. So when there's a pullback, um, and this thing comes down and gets oversold here on the 9.3, it's a good place to buy. There's a lot of moving averages right here. We've got the 21. This is the 50, and this is the 200-day. So we're above that. Let's just see how it plays out. Could rotate back up. Okay, so let's see. We probably missed this. I'm gonna take that off. Sellers kind of coming in. This would have been a good short right here. Right there. Because came up, hit VWAP, came back up, tried to get back up, but we had a divergence down here in this 9.3. Didn't quite make it up there. So that would have been a good place to get short. But you got all these moving averages kind of converging onto each other. No matter what, it's a difficult spot. So there's no reason to rush things. So you can't hear me? Can you hear me at all? Because everything seems to be going fine from what I can tell. Test one, two. All right. Let's see. We may rotate back down to the 20. Either way, if you are short from here or around this area, you're down here in the oversold 9.3. So I would be probably getting out right about now. So can anybody hear me? Okay, so we're bouncing off this 200. Bouncing off this 200. All right, I'm gonna just take a. Uh, I'm kind of convinced that we've made a higher high down from this channel down here, and we made a higher low here, and we're kind of stuck in this area. There's a lot of moving averages right here, so I may take a flyer, and we're gonna try a long, but I'm gonna have a tight stop right below this 200 average, and let's see what happens if we get filled. May not get filled. All right, we adjusted it. If you don't get filled, oh well. Yeah, there it goes. It's okay. It's okay. Don't really want to chase it. Um, but what would be even better is if we come back down here and we've got a little bit of a divergence in this stochastic here. So let's just see if we can get filled here. 28.50, 28 quarter, 38. Yeah, I'm guessing we get back up here, but I don't know. We'll see. This thing's kind of trending lower. So let's see what happens when it comes down here around back around this 200 moving average. And if there's a little bit of a divergence, but I'll keep a tight stop. I'm gonna right now I have it set for 10 points both sides, and I'll move that up. Obviously, the overall trend is down. If you look in this 1 minute, I mean, you can see it's down. And, looking at this delta, this is probably a stupid trade, but I'm gonna try it. We'll see. This, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Look, we just need it to come down a little bit further, closer to the 200. See if we get a divergence here and get filled right here, and then hopefully it runs. But it didn't quite make it low enough for it to be a proper divergence, but we're gonna see. Making a little bit of a channel. But we want this to come down, get filled at 27.50. It should make it back up here towards VWAP. I'm bringing it down all the way to this. We'll see where it goes. When I hit entries, I always think about the stops. So 26, it would have to get all the way back down here to 16, which is totally possible. But I'm gonna try and this is this red one. This is the 200 movie day. Hopefully, it'll kind of bounce off that. Yeah, so this would be a good fill price. Ah, yeah, we missed it by like a tick. Okay, so let's see what happens if we get filled here faster. So 27 quarter, 17 quarters down here. Okay, so 18. All right. Let's see. Here's our bids. Bids are here. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down here. Let's get in the bid. Shit. So 29.19. Yeah, I mean 29, 39, 50. I'm not, yeah, I'm not risking any more than that. I don't like this 1060 stochastic just kind of angling down. Buyers are here, um, but they're really not moving the market much. And it is 9:20, so this is going to be the last one. All right, so let's just try to get long here. I'm just going to put the stop down here below the 200. Profit is going to be up here. Stop down here. But I'm going to get out. Okay, so I'm probably just going to get out. Yeah. All right. I just didn't want to take any more risk. That was the last trade of the night anyway, so I am I have to play around with this whole screencasting software and see what I can improve on this because I don't see chat. I think everything else is fine, but I don't see any chat, and I am really not sure how to do that. All right, we'll try this again tomorrow.